Hey everybody, and welcome to another Paranormal Q&A with Jack Kenna, Carly Hall. Carly, I see you have your special lighting tonight.
I do. I like the way it is right now.
Very purple hue over there right now. Looks purple on my screen anyway.
Yeah.
Be blue, I suppose.
That's
blue or purple? There's blue. Okay. She's got her special lighting. She's so high-tech and fancy.
I am.
Goodness gracious. More high-tech and fancy than me. I've got a cat climbing around right now, so I don't know. Okay. All right. Anyway, distract me for a second there. Anyway, so we're back. It's another Tuesday night, and we're live here on Facebook, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I see our friends are coming in. Michelle Millens, Zahn, Bob Burnell, Bobby Carter, Bob Maloney, Jerry Kersey, Crystal Lee. Hey, Crystal Lee, how you doing out there?
Crystal.
We miss you too, Crystal. Miss everybody. Yeah, miss everybody. It's been too long. We've all been locked up and locked in and locked out and whatever else you want to call it. So,
yeah.
But yeah, we got not too much going on this week. It's kind of a quiet week. And Carly, you're telling me we're going to have another special guest next week. We can talk about more of that later. But just quick, have you talked to that individual?
Yes, I have.
Confirmed?
It is confirmed.
Okay, so tell everybody who our new special guest next week's going to be, and then we'll cover that again at the end too.
Yeah, our good friend Father Ed Broderick will be on as our next guest for next week. He is a multi-denominational minister, and he is awesome. I've actually been studying under him myself. He knows a lot, so if you guys have a lot of questions regarding, faith or, the paranormal, he knows a lot about the paranormal as well. And he also works on client cases as well.
Correct.
So he's a good one. He is a good one.
Yeah. And I see our friend Kathy is on there too. So just wanted to make sure we say hi to everybody. And I'll have another special announcement coming about another friend of ours. I'll wait a little bit on that one, just because I want to make sure they're online. They're going to hear it. So, yeah, what's going on? So we did have well, it didn't necessarily come to us, but it came to a team that we're part of, a new case. Again, it's just a team we're part of. It's called the Extreme Paranormal Encounters Response Team, and so that was interesting. We had a meeting about that online last night. We're not going to mention names or who the client is or anything like that. There's just some interesting stuff going on. So we're going to try to figure things out so we can help this individual out. As usual, it's tough right now with all the social distancing going on, but the team as a whole is trying to figure that out. We're still trying to figure out a couple others like that. And we've got oh no, Jack's being hit by the yawning demon again. Okay, all right, better bless me for that, Carly. I don't know, the yawning demon has me again. All right, so yeah, it's anyway. So we're trying to help out some people. We're trying to do some stuff. And just let it, it's business as usual, just working from home still, I'm lucky I got a job that I can do that. No, Carly doesn't, but she did she did. Hopefully soon, let's put it that way. But she did finally get her notice from unemployment that she will be receiving her unemployment that she put in for a month and a half ago, 2 months. I don't know.
Yeah, a month and a half ago. Yeah.
Yeah, a month and a half ago. So she finally got that notice today. They never did call her, but they're texting people now, it turns out. So if you get a text
it's legit.
If you get a text from unemployment, that's legit. Turns out they've stopped calling people because there's been a lot of false phone calls being made to people from people claiming to be from unemployment.
And if you ever...
to capture your information. So if somebody calls you, claims are from there, be careful.
Be very careful. They will always be calling from an 888 number. If you do receive a call saying that they are the Department of Labor, which I have gotten them, either from like a 518 number or any other area code other than 888, it is not them. Do not give them your social security number. Do not give them any of your information because it is a scam. And especially be very careful with people calling about wanting to sign you up for testing.
Yeah, that's
because
another
I
good
also
one.
got that one too, but I was already tested, so they should have had that in the system. So that's how I knew that it was a spam caller, because they should have known that I had already been tested and it was negative. So there was no reason for them to call me.
Right.
So
yeah, it's been going on for quite a while. So be careful out there. I mean, no, we're not talking about anything paranormal just yet, but we like to give you some information of things that we know we've learned in this difficult times, just to keep everybody safe. So
absolutely.
I see Barry Martz is on. Hello, Barry. How you doing out there?
Barry.
Bobby Carter, Jim
Regina.
Brown, yeah, Steve White, Gina Bova, yeah, MJ, and Barry is asking something. Internet speed is dog slow since I received my new modem. Not sure what's going on here, but I can hear and see you all loud and clear. Very good. Very glad to know that. We sometimes worry if we're coming through loud and clear to everybody, but it seems good on our end, so we hope it's good on your end. Jerry Pauly, hello, beautiful people. Jerry says, well, hello to you too, Jerry. So if you guys got any questions tonight, give us a shout out. I do. If I can make this happen, I do actually have a little quiz I can give you guys tonight to test your little bit of knowledge on equipment and paranormal investigating. And I can actually, instead of maybe trying to do the other thing, I can maybe just pull it up here. So, but if you guys got any questions, throw them out there. We don't have a special guest tonight, so we're just our usual Q&A with you guys. Remember, this show is all about you and your questions anyway, trying to answer them for you. Hey, here's a quick question. I'd like to, just out of curiosity, because I watch all the different shows. So does Carly. She has to, because I watch them.
Yes.
So she doesn't have, well, she could go to the other TV if she really wanted to.
Well, I play Animal
Or play her
Crossing,
video games. Yeah, sometimes she plays her video games, so I'm watching. But I'd like to know which is your more favorite show? Ghost Hunters or Ghost Nation? Since both originally came from kind of the original Ghost Hunters show. I'm just curious. I mean, I'm not trying to bid one against the other. I love all those guys on both shows. I actually love both shows. But if you have a preference, throw it out there. Let me know. I just out of curiosity, I just would like to know. So if you could toss that out there. Again, if you have a preference, which is your preference? Ghost Hunters or Ghost Nation, and maybe tell us why. Tell us why that's one or the other is your favorite choice. Again, not doing trying to do a competition, just out of curiosity.
And those two shows have different dynamics anyway, so it's really just the type of dynamic that you prefer.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You know, so it's not like they're the same show, but they both have very different special qualities in them. So
right. So Bob Maloney says Ghost Nation. Bonnie Poole
thank you,
says Jason, which I know he's Ghost Nation, but she just likes Jason. That's okay. You doesn't have to like either show. It's okay. Jason. I know both those guys. I know Jason and Grant very well, so you're really not choosing sides here, because I know I love both those guys. I learned from both of those guys. That's why I am where I am now. I actually owe those guys a lot for where I'm at right now. No, we're not asking about Ghost Hunters International, Danielle. I know there's other shows out there. I'm just talking the two newest shows, either Ghost Hunters or Ghost Nation. Ghost Hunters International was a great show. We're just talking about it was. I'm just talking right now about the two most newest shows. But I hear where you're coming from there. I do understand that one. And Dustin Perry was great on Ghost Hunters International, as was some other good friends of mine who started the show even before Dustin came on it. Great stuff. Know a lot of those guys and ladies that are on that show too. Bobby Carter says Ghost Hunters are good. Some of you may not have even seen one or the other yet. That's another possibility. Because I see Leah. Leah? Somebody was saying they haven't seen one yet. Bob Burnell says he likes them both, but like Jason's crew. Yeah, I do like the old crew. I got to admit, I do like the old crew. It's good to see him again. We all met them. Candace is on, and hello, Candace out there.
Hi, Hi,
Leah Smith,
Candace.
I haven't seen Ghost Nation yet, and some haven't. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Some haven't seen it yet. I was a big fan of Ghost Hunters back in 2004, 2000. Who was it? We all loved the old shows. Ghost Hunters show. That was great. I wish they really would have brought back the whole original crew. Bonnie just says, she goes, they don't particularly care for Grant's show because there are too many overreactions. Too many overreactions. I know there's a couple people on the shows, but remember, people, that's also what TV's about.
Yeah.
TV is not always about just investigating and finding evidence. They do these things. Sometimes they have these people react the way they do, because it is about ratings, and they got to make the shows exciting, stuff like that. Again, I'm not trying to pick sides here. I'm just curious who prefers what, and maybe why. But that's a good answer. I mean, you like the other show because you don't maybe like some of the stuff that goes on in the other one, or some of the way investigations happen. Understandable. George Stephen. Oh, Bobby Burnell says Stephen Tango. I'm more familiar with, along with Jason. Understand? Yeah, the whole new Ghost Hunters. Grant decided to go a different way. He went with a whole new team. Some people like that. Some people don't. I know a couple of the people on there. I actually was pretty good friends, and still am, with Daryl Marston, who's on there. He's a great guy. I love the guy. I'm glad he's on that show. I'm glad they're doing well. Again, I always push both shows, but they're good people. They're good people, and they're good investigators. They're actually all good investigators. They really are. Barry says very close with him, but he likes Ghost Nations a little better. Yeah, I'm not going to say. Kenna says Ghost Nation. I might have a little bit of a preference just because it's crew, And I know, I know all of them, but I do like both shows. I get a lot out of both shows. Leah Smith says she's excited about Ghost Nation. It's a good show. I do enjoy it. Again, I enjoy both shows. And I do switch off week to week. Sometimes I'll watch Ghost Nation live, and then I'll, or when it, the first new episode is on, and then the next week I'll watch Ghost Hunters, and then watch the other one on demand later on. So I kind of switch off. Here's a question. Before I get too far, and I know our friend Candace is on, and Candace brought this up to me today, so I'm going to do this, and we want to say a very happy birthday to our good friend Gwen. Guthrie Weston. Yeah,
Yes.
Gwendolyn Guthrie Weston. So happy birthday out there, young lady. We're actually part of their team too, ICU Paranormal. We actually are members of their team. But we wanted to say a very happy birthday to you today out there, young lady. And hope you have a good one. Enjoy it, have fun, and happy 25th birthday. Yeah, 25th birthday.
We love you.
She's 25, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I'm positive. She might be 18. I can't. She wants to tell people she can.
She's my age.
Maybe Candace will throw it out there. I don't know. She's watching. So. So, all right. So we wish happy birthday to our good friend out there. We hope that was exciting. Oh, okay. Hey, Gwenda's on. Says hello. I hope you just caught yourself. We wish you happy birthday. So I hope you just caught that for yourself. I'm going to go to a question here because there's a question from Steve White. Okay, here's a question. It's actually a pretty good question. Let me get to this real quick. Have you heard of a Massachusetts-based paranormal team called Silence Paranormal? Every one of the team has a hearing disability. Most cannot hear at all. Such an awesome group of people. Actually, Steve, yes, we know them very well. They are very good friends of ours.
They are.
Yeah, we ought to.
They were there at Was it
I
the
was just
Oliver
saying
House?
Paragon. Well, yes, they came to. There's a few different things we met them at. But I remember originally at Ocean State Paragon. They came to the Oliver House.
Yes, that was the first time I had met them.
Yeah, he came to Oliver House. They did some. They came some other stuff with us too. So they've been. They're a great team. They are a very great bunch of people.
I learned a lot
Love
from
them
them
all.
when we were at the Oliver House. It was amazing. They really are a good group of people.
And we might want to see if there's a way we could have one of them on the show. Because if we could do because they could do the what the heck is it? I think there might be a way to do it. Any case, anything. I think there might be a way to do it where they can type what they want to say and they can hear us with their voice to text thing. I think we might be able to do that. We ought to look into doing that. They are a great bunch of people, very interesting. They have some unique ideas and things they do. So I'd love to see that. And Leah says, sorry I wasn't able to meet you two. I was volunteering Psychic Kids event in March. Yes, Leah, we all are sorry we couldn't make that. That had to get canceled out, unfortunately. But we will get out there again. It's good. It's more to come. It's not the end of it all.
And Kathy asked what show I was on. I'm on season 5, episode 5 of Paranormal Survivor. It's called Dark Dreams.
Okay.
So.
That's right. Dark Dreams. She has many of those. She usually kicks me when she has them, but it's okay. I don't tell her. Just know what's happening.
You could tell because the sheets are all off the bed.
She tried to stab me one night, actually. I just tell you.
I did not.
Yes,
I would never do that.
You just didn't have a knife in your hand. You just
I must have been eating in my dream then.
You ended up punching me like this.
I must have been eating in my dream or something.
Andrew Berg, can you give me a shout out, please? Yes, Andrew. How you doing out there tonight? We see you on there, Andrew. He says hi to you, Carly.
Hey, Andrew.
So yeah, there's your shout out, Andrew. Always willing to shout out to people.
Oh yeah.
Barry Martz says, I think Ghost Nation applies an easier approach to paranormal investigating with less complex equipment being used. That is true. There is a difference between the two teams, I noticed. There really is. And one uses more high-tech stuff, and one uses a little bit lower-tech stuff. And I find both interesting. I'm a lower-tech kind of person myself for the most part. And that is some reasons people like one show over the other. It's not really the people who are on it or any of the acting. It has to do with the investigation methods and their approach to it. So, and Candace says, love to see a more personal aspect behind the investigators, their background, and why they do what they do in a show. It's called money. They do it for money.
Or a blooper reel.
I'm only kidding. They don't do it for money.
Everybody loves a good
partially they do
reel.
it for money. Yeah, they don't do the shows just because of money. But I just said that. I just busted it. So I'm joking about that, people. I'm joking about that. A lot of them do it because I can tell you this, knowing some of these guys and talking to them, they do it because they really do want to get more information out there about the paranormal and make it a more acceptable field of study. And also they have their own reasons why they're interested. If they happen to end up on a show, a lot of them really, not some do, but not all of them really go looking for it, to be honest with you. Some just end up there. Like myself, I just kind of ended up on shows. I really didn't go looking. Seems like once you get on one show, all of a sudden, if they like you, they start asking you to do more and more and more. So it kind of just falls that way. Wes Coleman, hello there. I said hi to us. I just want to make sure. Derek Martin says happy birthday to Gwen. Steve White also says happy birthday to Gwen. Candace, we see you out there. Gwen, we see you out there. We love you too. Helena King, hey, Helena. Yeah, I always say Helena because I think my mother Helen, but it's Helena.
You got it right this time.
Yeah, I did.
I'm so proud of you. Good job. Bowie is so cute, by the way, in his little walker.
Elena says if she is younger than that, you're in trouble. I'm not in trouble. If Gwen is younger than 18, it's got nothing to do with me.
Well, I think it's because I said she's my age after you said that, so.
Oh. It doesn't matter. It doesn't get me in trouble. Candace might be in trouble, but I'm not in trouble. I don't date her.
You're not in trouble,
no. If I dated her, I'd be in trouble. Well, Candace, big trouble. My problem. That's not going to happen. It's okay. Keeps looking like you look like you're looking at me, Carly, because you look over the side, so you're like looking right at me. It looks like you're looking right at me.
I'm reading the comments.
What did you say about me? It's funny. No, it's good. It's funny. I like it.
I do look like I'm looking at you. Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
You give me the glare, you know. Barry says, okay, I'm going to keep reading this. Stop looking at it. I met and chatted with Steve Gonzalez at New Jersey Per Unity a couple of years ago. Steve is a super nice guy. Yes, I get to, luckily, when I go to all these different events, I get to talk with those guys every time they're at an event with me. So it's always a lot of fun to talk with them. Steve and oh my God, my mind just went blank. Anyway, they're all friends with each other, so they all know each other. They all talk to each other. But I will say this: it was very interesting and very fun to see Dustin Perry, and of course Grant's girls back on the show again, along with our good friend Cody. Yeah, Cody, we've known him for years and years and years. I met him at first time ever at Ocean State Paracon. Ellen McNeil, our team founder for S.P.I.R.I.T.S, is known him for forever. Great guy, young guy. I knew him when he was a kid. He's been involved with TAPS for many years. He's just a great guy. It's good to see he's on the show. Candace says I will be killed. Yes, okay. No, I think I would be killed. Candace is talking about that. Anyways, it's Gwen's birthday. Gwendolyn Guthrie Weston's birthday. So that's who we were talking about, whose birthday it is today. And once again, we'll just pop it up there. Happy birthday, Gwen!
Happy birthday!
In case you missed your face up here before with us. Happy birthday!
We love you.
Happy birthday. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh no.
Wish I could throw like little animated things up here. I can't do that though.
I know.
Darn it. All right. Here's a question. Melody says she loves us, guys.
We love you too.
Right.
Thank you for being on the show.
Hope to come back on again. Yes, you will definitely be back on again. We know that. We'll have you back on again. You're a great guest. We love having you. And we have others too. But here's a question from Lavinia. Question for you too. My daughter is having dark and scary visitations. What is the best way for her to dispel and be rid of them permanently? Well, it just depends what we're really talking about. And that's a very short description of what's probably happening. Are they visitations, or are they dreams that she's having, like nightmares? Although sometimes nightmares can be visitations. Sometimes these things, if it's not paranormal, because we don't know if it's paranormal related or not. Personally, we don't. We haven't talked to you about it. We haven't talked to her about it. We don't really know that much about it, except what you just told us, which is just very quick and simple. So sometimes these things just pass. Even if they are paranormal related, sometimes they just pass. There could be something she's going through right now that somebody could be trying to get a message to her, either maybe try to warn her about something or just try to get some kind of message across, and that may go away after a week or so and may never happen again. Or if it is something else, that's when you kind of need to reach out to us and give us a lot more detail. We would ask you a lot of questions, and we would try to help you from there. But if it was something paranormal, Carly, what would you say?
I would say that she needs to set her boundaries for her safe space, because impression that I got would be that it would be in her bedroom, like at nighttime when she's trying to sleep. Her bedroom needs to be delegated as a safe space where only she can be in there. She needs to, if spirit is trying to come and contact her, she needs to ground and shield. It'll help dampen the effects of the contacts between spirit and her, as well as delegating specific times if she does wish to speak with the spirits and actually get a message across. Or I assume since they're dark and scary, she doesn't want them at all. Just say, I do not want to talk to you. I do not want you to come in contact with me. Please leave me alone. And, be very, or even as a mother, you can go in and say, you cannot talk to my daughter. Please leave. Be respectful about it at least. But, if they do end up getting worse or, if that doesn't work, definitely contact an investigator about it and see if there are additional steps that you can take. Exactly. It also depends on her age too, because if it's like a young teenager and she has abilities, that age group, a lot is going on energetically, and that can also affect if it's nightmare wise. What you're taking in, it could be a manifestation of all the emotions she's absorbing, especially being pent up in a house and stuff. But there's a lot of things that you have to consider.
Correct. And I'm just going to throw this up from Wes Coleman. It says, how is Ellen McNeil? I understand that you'll be doing an interview with her. So, Wes, we already did an interview with her. She's doing well. She's still having some problems with her hands. But she's doing very well. We actually interviewed her back, when was that, Carly? When did we interview Ellen? Hang on, because actually, if you want to find that, you can go to our YouTube channel, yes. Paranormal Q&A with Jack, Kenna, and Carly Hall. And you can find that on there, and I will tell you in 2 seconds.
It was either
when that was.
Late March or early April, because I think
to our
I
YouTube
was
right
out
now.
of a job then.
Yeah, you were. It was 17 March. So our 17 March 2020 show, you can go to our YouTube channel, Paranormal Q&A with Jack, Kenna, and Carly Hall. Make sure if you can, please, to subscribe to our channel. But we had our interview with Ellen on March 17th. So 17 March 2020, you're going to see that there, and you can watch that interview we had with her. So that's where that. But Ellen's doing very well. Actually, if you look down, Wes, you might catch her on here in the group tonight. And Bonnie says, "Hey Jack, I'm then nothing. Okay, I'm what? I don't know." Helena King says, "Jack, Kenna, stop lying." I know what that was about. That was from an earlier thing. I do not lie.
He doesn't lie. No.
Carly's tried to stab me. Just didn't have a knife. It was just like punching me.
Oh wait, now I know what this topic's about. Wait, he is lying. I did not try to stab him. At least not on purpose. I don't want to stab him.
Yeah. Oh, and Brendan Elvis said, why, in regards to why do people do these TV shows and stuff, said money, ? Not always. I mean, yeah, they get paid. They it's a way to make a good couple extra bucks, but we're hopping around on stuff. But I like to try to get to people's questions who ask them. Barbara Knowles says, like to plug Steven Gonzalez, new movie, The In-Between. Yes, actually, Bob, there is a new movie coming out that was produced by Steve Gonzalez. It's called The In-Between, and it is paranormal related. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing that myself. I can't wait for that to come out and be able to see that. Candace was talking about, I meant techniques and drive behind the answer. Oh, okay, right. That was from an earlier thing she was saying. So she said
Candace does have a question, though.
She does. Where's it down further? I see. I'll put this up because Gwen says, I'm not Carly's age, but I'll take it.
Of course you are.
Okay. I'm not arguing. I'm just laughing. I'm just because I laugh. Okay. And Candace says hello to Melody Brunch. Sorry. I always pronounce Melody's
Birch.
last name there. Birch. Birch? I thought it was Brooke or something.
It's like an ooh. No.
Ooh.
Sorry, Melody.
Yeah, we're tearing your name apart. We're really butchering your name tonight. Sorry about
yes.
that.
Do you want me to ask it, or do you?
Now, Bobby Carter says he's watched Steve's new movie. I didn't know it was out yet, and it's very interesting. No, we haven't seen it yet, Bobby, so but we'll have to check it out. You want
Yes,
me to what?
Oh, no, you're almost there.
Oh, Candace's question. Oh, they cut that off. That's kind of weird. Anyways, it says, what is your theory on this mimics? Mimics. My question is, what is your theory on mimics?
Me?
Hi, my name's Candace. That's a mimic.
I honestly.
Is that a mimic? I'm trying to mimic Candace. I don't know. I can't really do that because.
Oh, I see. Oh my gosh, it just went way over my head. It's because I'm short. It's just because I'm 5'2". That's why.
Yeah, that didn't go over well. It doesn't really work well when Candace isn't up here. So,
No.
mimics. Like mimes. No, it's different. It's okay.
You're trying.
No, I'm just trying to bust.
But it's not connecting. I'm sorry. I'm horrible co-host. Can't take your jokes.
Well, let's get to Candace's question. Yes. Realistically and honestly, what is my theory on mimics? Well, I've been on investigations where we have. I've been mimicked by something. Another one of our investigators was mimicked by something. Matter of fact, I think, and sometimes they're just they're spirits that are just trying to play with you. They're trying to joke around with you. Because they may have been kind of jokesters in life, and they still are who they are. There's other type of mimics that try to kind of imitate you in order to confuse someone else and cause problems and issues. So there's kind of two sides to that. I believe they're intelligent. Obviously, I think they're intelligent hauntings. But they have their own agendas as to why they do it. I mean, I have if I could find, I don't know if I could pull that up. I have a good EVP of a spirit mimicking a yell of one of our investigators, and we didn't hear it at the time, but we caught it on the audio. So I don't know if I'm going to try to pull that up. Carly, if you can keep going through a couple of the questions that are here, I appreciate that. I'm going to try to just look that up and see if I can pull that up for people, because I think it'd be very interesting.
So Steve White says, Jack and Carly, what's your most memorable paranormal experience? My most memorable paranormal experience would actually have to be the last night that I saw my attachments.
So tell us about that.
So it was the night of Christmas Eve, and I was sleeping, and I got sent to this weird hotel that Jack and a couple other people, like Jack and I were holding an event at this place, and we were going to investigate it, and a couple people that I didn't recognize were there who had come to investigate with us. And so we were getting a tour of the place by the person who owned, let's say it was like a hotel. That's what it looked like an old hotel. The owner brought us, Jack and I and two other people, into a room, and it also had Father Ed in it as well. So we go into the room, and I see with Jack, Father Ed, and two other investigators, Jack had left to go look at another room, and as the innkeeper is telling us about this room, her eyes go black, and she just starts talking really weird and like in incoherent sentences. She ended up getting lit on fire and died. And then I see one very weird, it wasn't a figure, it was like a black solid mass, but it was like a liquidy mass in one corner. And I saw the second one not too far away. And the one on my right started coming at me like really fast, and it wanted, you could tell that its intent was it wanted to hurt me. And all of a sudden, I just felt this light come into me, and I just felt trust, and peace, no matter what was happening, even though it was terrifying. I put my hand out, and words just started coming out of my mouth. And what I pretty much just said was like, "Be gone." And I wasn't controlling what was coming out of my mouth. And this light just came out from my arm. The thing screamed and just dissipated into ash. And so I was like, oh, yes. So then the other one shoots and runs away. Somewhere along that dream, Jack, you end up getting killed. Father Ed also ends up getting possessed and killed, and he like contorts in a weird position and like twists like a pretzel and dies, snaps his neck and dies. It was really messed up.
So I always get killed in all your dreams.
I know. They were trying to scare me. That was pretty much what was happening. Like all these people that you trusted, and you know, we're gonna get rid of them in your dreams so that nothing you can't. I ended up chasing the other thing into the basement of the place. I did the same thing. It went. Woke up. I felt the most refreshed I had ever felt in my life. From that day on, I never had a nightmare like I used to have. And, I had not seen them. I had not felt them. I had not heard of them. So, they're gone. Thank God. But that had to be the most powerful feeling that I had ever felt. So that was my memorable experience. Sorry it was long, but that was super awesome for me.
I could make a short joke right now, but that's okay.
Wait.
I was going to say, you're never short. But yeah, that's fine.
I'm never short. I'm always short.
Something like that. Always short, never short. I don't know.
Coming from the guy in the middle of a Walmart aisle going, why can't you get your cereal? I don't know, because it's on the top shelf. Can you get it for me? Like, that always happens. Everything I want is always on the top shelf, and it's like,
Sorry. Just because I happen to look down at you and then look back up at the thing and go, oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot. I forgot. All right. So
I'm still trying to look for that file.
Oh, okay.
I may give up on it here because I just can't quite find it.
But the interesting thing about that EVP is you guys were setting up for the investigation.
We were.
That was how you guys weren't even really investigating at that point.
Correct. We were not. We were not investigating. We were just doing setup, and it took a long time to get this camera set up, and our investigator got really excited about it, Sharon at the time, and she just, when we finally got it, she just let out a roar, and then you hear the spirit go, roar, just like her. They mimicked her. So it was very cool. Very cool.
It was very cool.
It was. When sometimes you get some really interesting stuff.
Yeah. When I listened to it, I actually thought it was her. Like, I didn't know what the EVP was.
Here it is. I found it.
Okay, cool.
There you go. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I can hear it, but I don't know if you guys can. Here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to share this page and then see if we can pull it up. See if we can get you guys to hear this. So I should have gone right to our website to begin with. So this is right off our website. So let's see if we can get this to come up. So I'm going to try playing this, and you guys tell me if you can hear it. So could you guys hear that at all? Did it play through? Carly, could you hear it?
I was very. Gwen says no, she can't hear it.
No, okay.
It was very, very like quiet for
Oh,
me.
because it was really loud to me. So, all right. Well, we tried it. But anyways, if you go to our website, spiritsofnewengland.org, and you go to our evidence page, you can play it there. So let me see if I can give you guys, let me give you guys the link to that. So let's do this. I'll give you guys a link, and you can go listen to it right on here. Hang on just a second. How do we do my Facebook page here? What's going on with my computer? Having weird things happen with my computer right now. Don't know what's going on.
Oh no.
Bear with me, dude.
It's okay.
Probably find another question for us.
Okay, I'm scrolling up.
All right. So here's I finally got to the thing. I got posted a link to the evidence page where you can listen to that EVP. It's called The Mimic. Right? It's under the USS Constitution. It's called The Mimic. So there's the post to the page. Okay. All right. So what else we got going on? We've talked enough about all that stuff. And my most interesting experience, we'll cover that another time. Carly, we talk about that stuff.
What? You don't want to list your most interesting paranormal experience?
I've talked about it before.
Okay. So Bob says,
watch My Paranormal Nightmare. That was my most interesting paranormal experience ever.
That was very interesting. It really was. They did a good job.
It was pretty terrifying to me at the time.
Yeah.
So watch that. I would tell you to watch that. It's on Travel Channel. If you don't get it yet, hopefully it'll be on YouTube soon, and we can go from there. It had to do when I was a kid, and something demonic came for me, and something I believe angelic intervened and stopped it, but it made me get out of the paranormal. I was 17 at the time. I left everything paranormal behind and focused on my life. And yeah, eventually I ended up coming back to the paranormal. Yeah. So, but not till many years later, Ghost Hunter rekindled that interest. So that's why I say I kind of owe those guys a lot for where I am right now. So that's Carly. What are your thoughts on Mimic, very quickly?
I think that, well, me on a personal basis, I've had a pretty negative experience with mimics. I haven't really been on an investigation with you guys where EVPs have been caught of mimicking other people. I mean, we've caught a couple where it sounds like us a lot and it ends up not being like us a lot, but when I was able to see my dad and talk to him, I would actually have to go through a series of security questions because that he would know, so that I could tell that that was actually him I was talking to, because the attachments that I had, they would very often appear as him and pretend to be him and mimic him to get closer to me. So, you know, I had to be very careful with that, but I do think that EVPs of like mimicking other people is really interesting, though. I love that mimic EVP that you posted with Sharon.
Yeah, it's a really good EVP. It's a really good mimic EVP.
It is.
And a typical something mimicking.
Would you say that that's a Class A or a Class B?
No, that's Class A, because you can tell exactly what it's doing. You can hear it. You know, it's just yelling. You know, it's doing exactly what she did. Wes Coleman said was supposed to be doing an interview with Ellen on the Outer Realm. I am no longer part of the Outer Realm, Wes. That's my good friend Michelle Durocher and Amelia Pisano, both my very good friends, and I actually will be on the show tomorrow night. So I did start off as being one of the hosts originally. Had some things going on, really couldn't keep up with it, so I left the show. That was over a year ago. Over a year ago. So, Michelle Durocher and Amelia Pisano have carried it on, done a lot of great things with it. I don't know if they're going to be having Ellen on, but I will be on tomorrow night. I will actually be back on their show as a guest tomorrow night. So catch that. I think we go from 9 to 11. It's 9 to 11.
I think that's right.
Eastern Standard Time. So I know they posted it. So yeah. So I will be on their show tomorrow night. Yeah, and I'm 99.9% sure it's tomorrow night from 9 to 11. So I think they changed their time. It used to be 8. We used to do 8 to 10, but I think they changed it from 9 to 11. Bear with me a second. Actually, I can post this and get this right, because Amelia, if I'm getting it wrong, she's probably going over her grave right at the moment. So, because she did a really nice poster of it, and just want to find it. Where is it? I gotta do it this way. Yeah, there it is. Let's go do this way. I'm just going to share it up here. Close that. Oops. Okay.
I like their show. They do a really good job.
Yeah, they do a really great show. They really do. Let's see if we find this. So here it is. We do it this way. Easier to read.
You can take me down.
Actually, yeah, I'm going to pull you off for a second. And I'm going to pull myself off for a second, and you're just going to take a look at this. This is what will be on tomorrow night, because you won't be able to hear me. So and that's it. So it is tomorrow night, 9 to 11. Carly and I are back on here. Okay. All right. It's going to be a good show. Come join us. I haven't been on a long time. It's going to be great to see my friends again. I love them. And Helena says she needs to come on and do a proper show. Yes, you do. You did a good show the last time. But yes, I'd love to have you back. Helena, Carly and I both love to have you back. We're going to schedule that, and we'll go from there. But yes, we will have you back on. We got a couple other people we're going to have on first beforehand. But yes, we will have you back.
We had a really good show.
Yeah.
We even talked for like an hour and a half after the show. That was awesome.
Exactly. Derek says, when are you going to come investigate Chester County, PA? I don't know, Derek. We're going to still all trapped up here in New York right now.
For the time being, but hopefully that'll end.
And David Dean, if you're still out on there, I don't know if your phone already died. Yes, love seeing you again, brother. We're going to be getting together, hopefully maybe later in this year. Go from there.
Thank you for the positivity on Facebook. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
I love seeing his posts.
I know, he's a great guy. And Lavinia says, thanks for your response. I'll reach out to you both for more details. Okay, very good. Okay, that's good. We can help you better with a lot more detail. Gwen says she has things that mimic her a lot. We did a lot of mimics tonight. I know Candace probably mimics you a lot.
Yeah, or teenagers. Her kids.
She mimics teenagers a lot?
No, her kids.
Oh, well, yeah. If they pull that, they'd probably get in trouble if they pull that one. Here's one from Barry. What are your thoughts on using parabolic microphones that have the large ball? Okay, yeah, I know that. Okay. What other people I don't know what they are. If you use them, does having a really large bowl surrounding base, microphone? Well, parabolic microphones are very specialized microphones. They're designed to pull in sound from a very long distance away, or help clarify it. I don't use it. No, I really say no need to. They can be useful. Candace does have a device that I really do like. Candace, what is that device? It's like says the ears on both ends. You put the headphones on. You can leave it down. It's at one location and keep the headphones on, and you can hear it real time. And we have heard EVPs that way. I forget what the device is called, but Candace, maybe you remember. Maybe you can tell us what that device was. You know the one I'm talking about. Use the headphones. They're Wi-Fi headphones, and you can leave the device further at another location, and you can hear everything that's going on. And you can also hear live, real-time EVPs with it. Remind me what that device is, Candace. Actually, that is one thing I would like to get over. But parabolic microphones,
Phonopod.
Phonopod. Okay. Hey, thanks, Candace, Gwendolyn, thank you both for that. Phonopod. I would like to actually get one of those because I have used hers, and it really works really well. I really like it. We used it a couple of occasions when I was down in Tennessee. I really liked it. Okay. Gwen says, I've seen a recording. Somebody caught my voice in a location. It was interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, when they hear your voice at a different time when you're not there, that can be very interesting. It's a good mimic. Especially if it's a location you've been before. What?
She must have left quite the impression there.
I guess so. Well, she would.
She does.
It's Gwen. You know? It's Gwen and Candace. Those two of them leave impressions everywhere. We won't say what kind, but good. They've left an impression on me, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yes, they have. And on me, too. They're awesome people.
They are. They really are. I see. I'm looking down for questions. Scott, are you looking for questions? I don't know. Okay, we're talking about the EVP I tried to play. Here's a question from Regina. To me, My Paranormal Nightmare, did the demon talk to you or ask or make noise? In what way did he make contact? He didn't try to talk to me. It was just initially I could feel this heavy, dark, really negative presence. I actually heard it. I don't know if they talked about it on there. I could hear and sense this thing coming up from my basement, the basement of our house. Came up that stairway. I could hear it. I could hear this, and I talked about it here. You could hear this clumping and growling and snorting and all this stuff, but you could feel the presence of this massive negativity. And I knew it was coming. You could sense it was coming for you. I knew it was coming for me, like to kill me, to take me, right? Give me a heart attack, whatever it was going to do to me. But I was terrified, just completely terrified. And then this other, just as it was getting towards the top of the stairs to my bedroom, coming up to the second floor, it was just a few steps away, and I heard this other voice. Well, it didn't sound male or female, but this other voice came through and said, "It's okay. You're going to be okay. You have things to do." And then I heard this other thing scream. The other voice, the what I call more angelic voice, I heard never yelled at it, never said anything beyond what I just said. It said, "You're everything's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You have things to do." And then I heard the other thing scream in a way you can't even imagine. I mean, this is blood curdling. And then it was just gone. Everything was just gone, and I was sat up in just a pool of sweat. I wasn't awake during it. I just really couldn't move. I was actually totally immobile. It's crazy. It was actually pretty crazy. But yeah. But it never spoke to me. I just knew what its intent was. You could sense what its intent was. Why? I don't know. I think now maybe I know, because as I got back into the paranormal, I do this to help people. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I think it knew that was going to happen someday, that I was going to help other people. And I do work on demonic cases and things like that. And I think it knew that, and it was going to happen someday, because they know the future. They know everything you're going to do. So they can plan for it. But I think it was trying to take me out in a way. That was the feeling. I didn't know why at the time, but now looking back on it, I can say I believe this was why. Because I'm supposed to be out here helping people. Same for Carla, you know.
Which you are currently sitting in your same bedroom that you had that experience, correct?
Yes, I am. I'm in the room I had the experience in right now. I'm in my old bedroom. Yeah. I'm still in the house I grew up in. David Eggleston says, if people reach out to you about a case, but you think this is not a case.
He asked another one that kind of filled in that question. If people reach out to you about a case and you have them fill out a questionnaire and some of their answers just don't sit well with you, how do you tell the person you will not be able to take the case?
Usually I won't, as long as they fill out the questionnaire, I'll talk to them more. I'll fill the case out more. I'll never not completely take a case. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I always talk to them if I feel they do maybe have more psychological issues going on than anything. I'll just talk to them more about what's happened in their past, because usually they'll tell us a lot of the questions we ask. Some of the questions we ask is, do you have any traumatic experiences from your past? And some people will tell you about they've been raped or they were in drugs or these different horrific things that happened to them that they've never dealt with and never reached out for counseling for. They just say, I handled it myself. Well, really, you're just burying it. You're not really handling it. In the case of drug addiction, those people have gone through, to get over the drug addiction, but we'll at least go and we'll at least keep talking to them. If I feel, a lot of times the reason I don't take a case is it's in another state that I don't work with it. So I take that information form and I forward it to a reputable team in their state that I think can help them easily. I mean, I'm in New York State, so I can do a few things within the East Coast and certain range. But after that, I still work for a living. I still work full time. So I can't just up and travel and go wherever, whenever I want. And then, money limits things. So we reach out, we know other teams, and this is why we build this network of knowing people. And we reach out to them, even TAPS teams. I reach out to TAPS teams. I reach out to anybody who I think can assist. And so we'll hand it off at that point because that group maybe is going to be able to help them a lot faster and a lot easier than I can. Right. But I never just kind of really completely walk away from a case. The only time that happens is when somebody contacts us and I say, well, I need you to fill out this form. And I send them the form. It's like a 13-page form or 12-page form, whatever it is. And they don't send it back. But they want to keep talking to me on the phone. Well, I don't have time for that because I have other cases that are people feel they really need our help and they take the time to fill out that form. Because that's the only thing we ever ask you for is that form. We never ask you for money. We never ask you for anything else. But I need that form filled out. The team needs that form filled out so we can really review your case. And the more information you give us, the better we can help you. If you can't take the 15, 20 minutes it takes to fill out that form, I can't justify our team taking not just hours, hundreds of hours. And an investigation, a visit, an investigation, weeks, months of trying to work with you to resolve these things. If you can't take 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes to fill out a form, I'm just not going to do it because we have other people who do fill out that form and quite a few. We get quite a few people fill out these forms and they're looking for help that really want our help. If you don't fill that form out, you mustn't really need my help because that's the only thing we're ever going to ask you for. So that's the line we draw. Really of taking a case or not taking a case. Do I sometimes get things within that form that raise an eyebrow? Yeah, sure. But that doesn't dismiss it. I don't dismiss it based on that. You see, there is sometimes when you decide, you get the form and you read what's in there and you may decide this is a little bit above our capabilities. Okay. Well, we as a team are capable of handling if it really is something you think is deeply demonic and it's a true full possession, I'm going to want to contact and send that information to an actual exorcist, demonologist who works with an exorcist. Fortunately, now we have those connections, so I don't have to do that anymore. But there was a time we did. So when you read that and you go through that form, you make your decision, is this something our team can handle? or is it something that's beyond us and we need to hand it off to a more experienced team? So there is that decision that has to be made too, and you just have to be honest with the people that this is a little bit above what our team can do. We need to hand this off to somebody else who's more experienced than us. And in the past we made that decision. We made those decisions, or we brought in people who could help us because we want to try to help still.
Yeah, and it also
hopefully, David, that answers your question.
Yeah.
And if anybody ever wants a copy of our questionnaire, I have one that you can edit to your own use, put your own team name up there and everything else, and we can share that with you. We did not originally create this form. We originally got the form from, believe it or not, Jason and Grant and their crew of TAPS. TAPS actually created the form. Jason and Grant, I think, had a lot to do with it. And they gave it out at one point. I recreated it into a Word document and made it editable. I added some things of my own to it. Whoever gets it next can do some things they want with it. And, it's a very useful form, and it can help you weeding people out who, people who need your help will fill out that form. People who really don't, or they don't want to answer those questions, there's not too much you can do. I mean, you can talk to them, but I would never set up an investigation if they can't take the time to fill out the form. Sorry, it's just my view on things, right? So hopefully that answers people's questions. But if you guys want to copy that form, let me know. I can send it to you privately. Not a big deal.
Hi, Sadie. Sadie says hi.
Oh, Sadie. How you doing, Sadie? Hey,
we miss you. Hope you guys are doing well.
Yep, I do.
And Candace said that she wants to talk to us tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, after the show.
Gwen says you're in trouble.
Right after the show. Oh, yeah, we're going a little bit longer here, but because I want to try to get to some of these questions. We spent a lot of time on other things tonight. Do you still become scared during any investigations? Sarah, is it Sarah? Sarah Alexia. All right. No, actually, I don't anymore because I don't see it in that perspective. I can't speak for Carly, but I've done this for so long now that when I go into an investigation, when something paranormal happens, I don't actually even see it that way. I don't see it as a ghost or something. I'm like, what the heck is that? First thing I try to think about is how do I explain that? What could that have been? I've seen shadow figures right next to me and just going, what the heck was that? And tried to figure out, was there something that could have caused it? So I don't allow myself to think in terms of it being a ghost or something paranormal. I've seen something demonic show itself as just a dark gingerbread man. I hate to say that, but it's true. It showed itself as a gingerbread man, and there's a reason behind that. But it was a dark figure in a completely lit basement. We had all the lights on in the basement, and we were going to set up equipment down there. So this was a demonic case, and I come down the stairway. I turn and look straight at this thing, and there's this gingerbread man staring at me. And I ran right at it. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I ran right at it. And it just, you see it dart. I saw it dart off to the side. Fortunately, no cameras going. We didn't have any cameras because we were just going to be setting up equipment. So I ran right at it. So the reason it showed itself to me, I had a discussion with somebody about that. The reason it showed itself as a gingerbread man is there's this movie, and I'm sure some of you out there have seen it, called The Brothers Grimm. And there's a section of the film where this gingerbread man comes up out of the well, steals the girl's face, and runs off with it. All right. Well, that always freaked me out. And I had seen that movie, I don't know how many times, but I had watched it like the week before we went to do the investigation in the house. So I think it tries, demonic things try to show you as something that scares you. That they know is like deep in your head and that kind of like freaks you out. So I think it picked up on that and tried to show it that way to me, but it didn't work. So I wasn't thinking that way. I just said, "What the heck?" and ran right at it, and it took off. I scared it, I think, in the end. So yeah, weird stuff happens.
So that also follows up into mine. I've experienced a lot, especially in the past 10 years. With my story, nothing really scares me anymore, and I know my faith. I know that I'm protected, nothing can hurt me anymore. So, I've been through a lot. Nothing really phases me anymore. They've pulled everything on me. I've gotten used to it. In my old age, right?
Old age.
Old
Yeah.
age. My old age.
David's reading my book. David says he's reading in the middle of my paranormal research book.
Yes.
Strong team. That's why I think he asked about is there a reason you don't take a case? And if you haven't built your team yet, Dave, it's a great book for starters, for groups to build a team from, what to look for in individuals when deciding who's going to be doing what. Like I said, Ellen McNeil, God bless her, founder, and Ellen McNeil, our friend Ellen, my sister from another mother, Ellen. When we go on investigations, when our team goes on investigations, from almost the very beginning, she let me be the team leader. Because of my background in leading teams for the actual work I do for the Department of the Army. None of them had a lot of experience in doing it. Most people who create a team, the team founders, always want to be the team leaders on every investigation, and that's not necessarily the right thing to do. You have to set ego aside, and you have to decide based on people's real life skills who's best at doing what job. I always remember that the team's not mine. Just because I'm leading the team on an investigation, the team's not my team, right? Everybody answers ultimately to Ellen in the end. There's even times during an investigation I'll go, Ellen, well, what do you think you want to do next? Where do you want to go? I mean, how do you want to approach this? Ellen is very good at talking and working with people, so she does that, a lot of it. We have other people that get good with tech stuff, including myself. Carly's a great psychic medium. So is Sarah. She's great at that. So they kind of work that end of it.
Mm-hmm. And Steek.
And yes, yeah, and Steek and Beck. Beck doesn't go very often because I know this stuff freaks her out a lot. But she really sees things all the time. She's very sensitive, very strong psychic. It just kind of it scares her, so she doesn't go on a lot of cases. But I love to have her along because she's very good at picking up on what's going on and seeing where these things are. So she just has a hard time dealing with it after, which so we don't bug her. When she wants to go, she goes. But I'm just good at leading a team. So remember, when you're building your team and you're doing all that stuff, just because you're the team founder, maybe you are a good team. Maybe you would be a great team leader. I don't know. But I'm just saying, look at the people you have on your team, look at their skill sets, and choose who maybe should be good at what job based on that. That doesn't mean you shouldn't let somebody try something if they want to. But if they're not very good at it, you got to let them know. As the founder of the team, you got to say, hey, not working out. You're not really, I don't think you're suited for this job. That doesn't mean you're off the team, but it means we need to switch you out to do something else that we think you might be better at. Right. So, it's a lot of dynamics. You're dealing with people, so you got to deal with your team. If you want to keep a strong team together, you all got to work together and you got to deal with the dynamics of that. It's not always easy. But you got to let the people who have the skills do the jobs, And as far as choosing cases, you get that form back. Decide then whether you think your team can handle a case or not. That's really the reason to take or not take a case. Or maybe you just need to call in some assistants, who's a couple people who have been at it a lot longer, who are willing to assist your team. And then you can learn better that way. They go with you on the case, and you can learn from them. Let them do their expertise, though. And you can learn from them as you work with them. And we did that too with some people and stuff that were very, very willing to help us. So we learned a lot that way.
And be open-minded. Don't be willing to take constructive criticism as well.
Here's an interesting from Sarah Lexi. If you're not afraid of anything anymore, how do you perceive true horror movies?
We watch those a lot.
You know what? Usually I can figure out what's going on before you even get halfway through the movie. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I've been around a while. I've seen all these movies.
Like, within the first half hour?
Horror movies I kind of find fun. There's very few that really kind of even scare me like that anymore. I just don't see them. I've seen so many over the years, too. Yeah, remember, I'm 57 years old. I've seen a lot of movies, okay? So, usually about sometimes a quarter way through is like, oh, I already know what's going to happen to this one. Oh, I know how it's going to end. You want me to tell you how it's going to end? Carly hates me.
We were in the middle of a movie theater, okay? In the middle of a movie we've never seen before. And I'm like enjoying it. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. Like, I've never seen a movie like this before. Like, this is. And he just whispers to me, he goes, this is how it's going to end. And I just look at him and I go, how dare you? And that was the way it ended.
Yeah.
He ruined the ending for me.
Yeah. Hollywood only has so many endings to those movies. Let's face it. Come on.
I was like, dude, I'm never taking you to another movie theater again. What the heck?
I was able to tell her who was gonna. I was able to tell her who was gonna die and who was gonna live.
That person's gonna die. Yeah, and it was a scary movie, but we were both laughing through it.
It didn't scare me. It didn't scare me. It's beyond that now. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't get scared by those. I'm beyond it now. It's just like. But movies and investigating are two different, completely things too. I still love it. I still kind of really get into the original movie Alien. That's still kind of always to this day even is like, that's a really well made.
And you like the game?
Fiction horror film. I do love the game.
I got him to play the game. Alien Isolation. If you guys haven't played it, it is a
certain really movies I really do like. I really get into, but the slasher kind of horror movies, Jason stuff. I love watching them. Don't get me wrong, but I get more of a laugh out of them, a kick out of them than anything else.
Yeah. Oh gosh, like The Exorcist, was that with the pea soup?
Yeah, that's a great movie.
That was a good one.
The Exorcist that's a classic. I mean, that's just a classic. That still kind of freaks me out to this day. That is one that still freaks me out to this day.
I hadn't watched it, but when I did watch it, I was like, wow, this really is a classic. That's so cool.
I'm trying to read something there. So there's some kind of conversation going on out there that I'm kind of like, oh, that's interesting. Let's post this because Nick says, yeah. We always give, I think, a serious amount of tests to those who want to join our crew. That's good. That's good. That's good. We kind of test people out, test their knowledge. Of course, a lot of people are starting out, they don't know anything. So if you want to mentor somebody, you want to improve your group or expand your group, look for people who have a true passion for it, for the paranormal is what I would say. There's people who have a true passion for it, who really want to learn. And there's people who just want to go out and go on a ghost hunt. And then they may never want to go again. So I try to look for the people who have a true passion for it that we bring on the team, like Carly, our friend Joe Sibilia, other people that are on our team. We all have a passion for it. So Keith and our newest member is Lucky Bell Camino is on our team.
Yes.
Yes,
she's awesome.
We're very proud to have her. There is somebody who's
very passionate.
Very passionate, but a lot of experience. We were lucky to have her say yes to being on our team. So we greatly appreciate that.
And I got to mention the relationship that she builds with spirits, is unbelievable. She really gets close to them, and really is passionate about their history and their feelings, and how they feel. Even if you have like for the Lizzie Borden house, she was the house medium. She was very passionate about how the spirits felt during the investigation. It was very cool and nice to watch that. And I'm glad she's on our team.
Absolutely.
And they care about her too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
David, if you can message me tomorrow, we have another couple. We have Candace and Gwen we have to talk to after the show tonight. So if you could message me tomorrow, Well, you can message me tonight, but I can't get back to you tomorrow. Let's put it that way. If you want to message me tonight, that's fine. But I won't be able to get back to you until tomorrow. Okay, David? But yeah, I'll talk to you. If you want to talk on the phone tomorrow, we can do that too. Not a problem. Okay? I just wanted to throw that up there and let you know I saw that. Let me see. I'm just going down the list. I'm just going to put this up there. Amber says, this is Arnold, but Carly, purple is a good color for you.
Thank you. See, when I get hangry, I can...
Hangry.
When I get hangry.
Hangry. Gwen has a question. What's your take on the idea that demons or other entities can jump through electronics and attack you? Haven't had it happen. I'm afraid of me. Anyway.
Jump through electronics and attack you?
Well, like if you're using, I think what we're getting at there, is... I'm not sure if you mean this, Gwen, but like if you're using a spirit box and then they can use that energy to come through, or, well, anything can be used. I mean, they can interact with electronics. I don't think they need the electronics to come through and try to attach to you or do harm to you. I don't think they need the electronics to do that. But it may be that you're using electronic form to try to communicate, or maybe even just you have something going on. It's like anything else. These are all theories. Anything is possible, but demons don't need that stuff. I mean, if they want to, a true demonic can just come and get you, man. And they can just come and get you. It's the way it is. They don't need electronics or anything like that. They're not human. They never were human. They're more powerful than anything. Again, you remember, well, at least from my perspective, they're fallen angels. They were angels. They still have all their angelic abilities. God never took them from them. They still have all those powers. They have the free will to use them as they wish, because God gives everything free will. So, yeah, they don't need that. But could it happen? Yeah, I suppose it could happen. I've never seen it. I have seen it where spirit, human spirit, can come through and do some weird things. So maybe they're actually human spirits and not demonics. Nick says, you guys fans of the Insidious movies and Sinister? Yes. I haven't seen it Sinister, but I love the Insidious movies.
I love Insidious.
I haven't seen
Sinister.
Insidious, the whole Insidious series, I loved. We loved it.
Yes, we did.
Team actually reminds me a little bit of us. So.
My favorite quote from the Insidious series was when one character referenced that, the one thing that you have above all of the spirits is that you're alive. And I think that actually really holds true in reality.
Yeah.
You have a body and you are alive. That's a huge one-up. I think.
And Steve White, the simple answer to that question is yes. I have a friend of mine, Steve Coles, the Squatch detective, keeps asking me all the time when I'm going to go, and I really should go. I actually did have my own experience. I know I've talked about that before. But yeah, I would go. And I know Gwen and Candace would go. Yes. And in fact, she says that. Steve White, yes! Bigfoot's just another piece of the big picture of the paranormal. That's true, 100% true. Just different, and it's in the cryptid community. Yes. Whole different section of the paranormal, but yes. Yeah, and I would go. Again, I had my own experience. And Helena says, remember not to turn people away if they don't do things the way you or believe what you do. That's correct. Just because people don't have the same belief systems as you is not a reason to turn them away. You may need to call in somebody within their religious belief system. Whatever they are. Or get advice from them, or bring those people in to give you some guidance on that. So we never turn people away for any of those reasons. No, and nor should anyone else. If you're in the paranormal, you're in it to help people. Help them no matter who they are. Exactly. And you are going to run into people who have mental issues. It's a lot of times I have found the underlying reason these people are experiencing paranormal activity or hauntings or things like that is because they do have some underlying mental issues, some things they haven't dealt with. That doesn't mean they're totally insane. just means they have some underlying issues they haven't dealt with, and all that negativity is bottled up, and it's drawn. These negative things are drawn to that. Even just spirit are drawn to that. Plus, they may also have abilities of their own that they're not aware of. So, just because you think somebody's nuts is not a reason to turn them away. Sometimes you get into it and you can't help them because they just won't listen to what your expert advice is. So in the end, you can't help them, and you have to turn your back on them, or you get tough and say, if you're not going to do what I tell you, I'm going to walk away. I can't help you anymore because you're not listening. You called us in as the experts to help you, and now you're not listening to our advice. So there sometimes comes a point of that usually takes a very long time. It can be months down the road. I don't give up easily. I work with people for years in some cases, and you gotta be prepared to do that. It's not just go in, investigate, say, "Oh yeah, your home is haunted. Here you go." Tell it to either live with you or go away. It doesn't work
Wave the wand.
Yeah. There's no magic wand that can be waved. In a lot of cases, you just can't do that. In some cases, you can. Some cases, it just involves regular human spirit. The answer is to try to help that family get along with whatever's there, or try to convince it to maybe move on if you can. But there's some cases that aren't like that, and it takes a long time to help people get through it. And it's a commitment. Yeah, remember that, it's a commitment.
It is. And it's to better yourself too and provide healing. Like, it's not anything, like, we would never ask you to do anything that would end up hurting you or cause damage. Like, we want to help you and help you heal, so when you don't pull your part to help yourself, we really can't help you. That's what it comes down to.
Correct. And Helena makes a good point. There's different people on their team who have different belief systems, and same for ours too.
Yep.
I think that's true if you look at a lot of teams. Everybody on the team has different belief systems, or most do. Steve asked, would you guys, going into an investigation, positive energy from the team can bring positive results? Yes, Steve, absolutely. And you have to get the people who you're helping start to have positive energy. The more positive energy they can create in their house through being a family together, through laughing together, through doing fun things together, the more you're going to drive out something negative. Okay? So, yeah, positive energy drives out negative. It's very important to do that every time. Yeah. Even if you're just joking around, having some joking around time during an investigation, that's okay. Like when I saw the one figure there that looked like a gingerbread man. I told the team about it. We all started laughing about it, and the energy got lighter in the house. So we were basically laughing at it. So
that would also be a good thing for Lavina and her daughter, who was having those dark, scary visitations. Actually, I would say when you're having that, watch a funny video and start laughing. That worked for me. Completely ignoring the negativity around me and just making my own positive bubble. It'll go away. You don't want it to go. It'll go away. The light cannot be where the darkness is. So, and the light always overpowers.
Yep.
So,
and Steve mentions our good friend Crystal Lee. That's our
awesome.
Yeah, with the deaf team. Yeah, Crystal. Yeah, she's a great person. We love Crystal. Yeah, we love her. She's an awesome person. Absolutely,
and they're awesome investigators.
We're honored to be on the show. Yeah, we're going to try to figure that out. I actually would love to have her on the show. I just got to figure it out how I can make it work through this system here. I'm sure we can try to figure it out and make it work out. Because I would love to make that work out.
Yes, man. I wish. This is when I wish that I took more ASL, because when I went to RIT, a good portion of the student community there was deaf. And they actually had an institute for the deaf, and we were required to learn the basic sign language.
All right, I gotta step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
You're fine. But that's one of those things that I wish that I kept up with, because that's really important.
I think she's up here with me. I think she's up here in the room.
Sorry, one of the cats we can't find one of the cats. One of them's an indoor cat, so we think that. Oh, okay. The indoor cat is actually inside, so that's good.
Yeah, matter of fact, I see her. She's sleeping on top of some boxes. So. Yeah, she's on top of a big box with a
Alrighty.
blanket on it.
Zoe the crazy cat. For some reason, I cannot hear you on my end.
Yeah, because I muted my mic. That's why. She's up on top of some boxes, sleeping on top of a blanket. So.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah. She's awake. She just was ignoring people. So Shelly was worried she got out or something, but she's here. She's up there. So, watching me talk. I think that's what she's doing. All right. So where are we at, Carly? What's happening in the room? I lost everybody for a few minutes.
So Helena says, we have found telling jokes or kidding around with the spirits. They are more fun and active with you as well.
Crystal, you're very welcome. We're going to try to figure out how to get you on this show, so don't worry. We'll work it out.
We will.
And thanks for conveying that, Steve. I greatly appreciate that. I think we can do it. I think it's just a matter of her, typing in the forum to us. Because I don't know if Be Live does a teletalk thing anyway. So like a telephone where it would come through. I don't think they have that. I can ask them. They may have a program that we can do that. So I'm going to try to figure that out. One says some entities are mistaken for demons, start acting out because it's what is expected of them. That's true. I've seen that. They also act out sometimes as if something evil because they're desperate for get somebody's attention, or they know somebody can sense them. We've seen that. Wanda Sisk, I'm just going to pop in. Wanda, I'm doing good. Doing very good. How you been out there, my friend? And Steve, again, thanks. He says you're very welcome. Appreciate that. Chris Sanders is here.
Oh,
how you doing out there, Chris? We see you. We're actually going to be starting. It's almost 9:30. We've gone an hour and a half tonight rather than our usual hour.
Oh wow!
Go figure. Go figure. Well, there's no Curse of Oak Island right now, so I don't have to disappear anywhere. It's my favorite show. What do you want from me? So as for tonight, people, we're going to wrap it up here, let you go. If you're looking for any interesting books or any of my books, you can find them online as it scrolls across the bottom of the screen. Amazon.com, screen. I said screen. On the screen. Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Of course, it's Paranormal Research, Comprehensive Guide to Building a Strong Team. Also, there's my other book, Hauntings, Spirits of New England, Hauntings, Ghosts, and Demons. Fun read. I think a lot of people read that, but if you haven't, pick it up. It's a fun read. I'll actually even get some investigation techniques out of it. I found out from people. And I also have the comic book out, which is Spirits of Forgotten Souls of Bay Path. And we're hopefully maybe going to be working on a new one of those. I will be traveling next beginning of June. I'll be out in Colorado, Colorado Springs, visiting my daughter out there. From June 4th through the 8th. Carly will still be back here. And I'll be back in time before the show, the Tuesday show. We'll have a Tuesday show that week. And then I leave Thursday, and then I'll be back Monday, and we will be able to have Tuesday's show. But if any of my friends are out there in Colorado Springs area, reach out, let me know. Maybe we can stop and visit for a minute or two. Even during all this COVID stuff, maybe we could figure something out. But if you're in that area, let me know. And,
you'll do a drive-by.
I'll do a drive-by and honk my horn, and I will have a rental car, so I can do a drive-by and honk the horn. Say, hey, And if you're close enough, maybe I'll drop you one of those books. Freebie. If you're in Colorado Springs. Got to be in Colorado Springs.
Yes.
Not going outside Colorado Springs.
No.
If you're in Colorado Springs, I'll drop your book.
Yes. You can throw
right,
it,
everybody,
catch it with Lysol wipes.
Yeah, catch it with Lysol. It will be autographed. You know? Thanks everybody again for coming out, watching the show. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know I've seen a lot of people. Yes, thank you. We appreciate you. Come on, watch us every week. And remember, you can catch any of the previous shows, and even this one will be up on our YouTube channel tomorrow. If you came in late and missed it, you can catch it again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. It'll be back. It'll be up on YouTube tomorrow night. You can catch it back here on Facebook. It stays up here on Facebook. Just look for it on my Facebook page. It'll be there. But our YouTube channel again is Paranormal Q&A with Jack, Kenna, and Carly Hall. Go there, please. Subscribe to our channel and catch all the previous shows. And we keep putting the new ones up there every week. So maybe we're going to start doing some other videos too. I don't know. We might. So check out the channel. Keep a heads up on it. Again, YouTube, Paranormal Q&A with Jack, Kenna, and Carly Hall. Search for us there and subscribe to our channel, please. We greatly appreciate the support and the help. Okay, you guys all have a great night. We love you all. All right. See you next Tuesday. Oh, with our special guest,
Ed Broderick.
Ed Broderick. There you go,
cool,
Ed. Be ready, Ed. Yeah, we'll be posting that Sunday night too. All right. See you guys later. Candace and Gwendolyn, if you guys want to jump in here, I will send you a link and you can join us right on here.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Night.